All right, figure it out. Good one.
All right, so looking for some of these. This is a great one, Dancing with Scars. Everyone gets a scar. So maybe you're doing a rainbow song, whatever, that's a great one, Dancing with Scars, and it gives them that. And that's kind of easy for everyone to hold as I drop it. Easier than post it. Working together to make cookies, taking turns adding ingredients, sharing at snack time. That's great. That's a really great one. Combining sensory for all ages. Table for the big kids and
that one's mine. So I do rice table, or like I have a big bin that I have rice and all these, or colored rice and all these items for the big kids to play with, and then I do rice base for the little ones, and then the big kids help the little ones pick out like the different colors and.
that's a great idea. So they can still be a part of it and not have to worry about that. That's great. My eyes are kind of, I was just telling my husband I think I need to get my eyes checked. I feel myself turning into my mom when I'm trying to squint and stuff. Partner activities, that's a great one. Stop and wait for parents and kiddos. That is a shared experience because they're all doing the same thing together. Even though they're leaving for the day, they're all practicing the same rule. Cooking together. Let's see here, all shirts the same, that's cute. Color for self and recognition also, that's great. That's
Because
awesome.
you want to know where they are when you.
Right, exactly. Red, yellow.
Orange is good.
Right? Snack, that is a sense of community. We're all eating together, and it's important that us as adults sit down with them and eat that snack with them. Outside play area, something for every child to play with. A good morning song, that's great. Let's see here, group activity, and name everyone. That is important, making sure everyone gets those names together. That's really awesome. Jobs, I like that. Whose was this one?
That was mine. I thought it was good because it's a sense of community because they each have
Yeah.
like ownership, but it also does positive interactions because the jobs interact with other kids. So I thought that was kind of.
I like how you put it in the middle, right? Because they do, they all overlap. A lot of these do. Positive interaction, sensory table, that is a great place. Interactions, different varieties of activities for everyone to not feel bored, that's so true. Sharing items, that's so important, putting them in the middle. What I like about you, give examples, that's great. You can make a book about it, that's awesome. Those are awesome. Thank you guys, those are great. Is it working now, Brett? So environmental supports, there's also a hand that goes with this one. But adaptations for children with low mobility, we're going to make sure that they're all feeling a part of it. Adaptations for children who are blind or have vision impairments. I saw this great thing at my gym that I work out. They had this special tape to show the transition in the flooring because one of the ladies that works there has some eye trouble and depth perception. So they just put that tape there. And I thought that was so cool that they did that for her. Because Orange Theory is really dark and everything's orange and you can't see very well anyway, so I thought that was really neat. Adaptations for children who are deaf or hard of hearing, adaptations for children who have cognitive or developmental delays, and adaptations for children with social and communication deficits. So making sure that they're all still a part of that and what do we need to do to help them make sure that they feel part of that environment. So I'm going to give you guys, you guys get to read about this child, and here's one for you guys. And you're going to decide if you guys need to make adaptations to your dream environment or if you guys could just leave it the same. That one. Right in the middle. So we'll give you guys. Do you guys have any questions?
Okay.
That's all upstairs.
Yeah. So,
When you're circle tent, I feel like it would actually be ideal for him because you can have like a space. I mean, from what it looks like, there's a wall.
yeah.
And so it provides that opportunity to have the space with like kind of a wall to his side and maybe his own, his own area, as opposed to it being like in the middle of the floor where he might get really, have to be next to really close to a pier or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So that actually seems like it would work well.
The table.
Yep.
Next to the other kiddos.
So it may have to be that's a supervised activity or
This would be good to have the space, shelves to have more space.
So I think because we have infants and
Yeah, that probably would actually be ideal if this was like a shelf and had toys on it as opposed to one big tray, because I could see like a bucket of toys being for this guy. It sounds like it would be really overwhelming because there's not a clear layout of where the toy is, how to get the toy, what you want to play with. It's just, I see you have that toy, I want it. I'm gonna take it.
Don't you think that launch, he should just take his coat off and take his stuff right away and say, here's your coat, and just say, because that's what's the problem. Right as soon as she comes on,
It's a big that
it's not that your special schedule.
like and the teacher could say, in a confined regimen where he doesn't have the space to play with his toys. Really like feel like that would change it's just this couch and it's a shelter there, which you said like, in a perfect world, like that's what you want.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Anyways.
If you have ratios, because he's
And you can put all those visuals on the shelf too.
3-year-olds,
Touch my
And you usually see the words to express that people like
and even bigger still lens like
in that classroom, we have
these things are having he seems like he would it sounds like he would be a kiddo that would really understand all very clear direction.
Yeah, well, that's what's going on with the visual schedule. We are so up and down.
Yep.
Alright, everybody. Did you guys,
Yeah.
I'd like to do one, but like, just leave it downstairs and then you're pulling out half the stuff, like, shot, just one on.
Right.
Or should be
more cautious.
all right, everybody. So
Including in the activities for sure.
challenges with adapting your environment. Maybe you didn't have to make changes. What do you guys think? Does anyone want to share?
So the one we designed was for more like a home
Okay.
center. So we had infants, toddlers, preschool area, and just kind of everything. So our little girl, she's 3 years, 11 months, and has some cognitive, delayed walking, that kind of thing. Mouth toys and stuff like that. So we thought we wouldn't need to do too much adaptation in this environment because it's already set up safely for the infants and toddlers and the whole thing. We would enhance her signing, we would do lots of signs and picture cues and stuff like that. But then we started talking about at preschool, like in a center when I'm at, if she was in our preschool classroom with 20 other 3-year-olds, it would be more of a challenge to adapt, like the chokables and some things like that.
For sure.
It's different, just
sure.
on the environment you already have set up for the little ones.
The adaptation piece is hard to think about, especially when
I'm like, oh
yeah.
wow, if we had a child like this in our center, in our preschool classroom, with the chokables alone, it would be
It'd be really hard, it's hard
It
to
would be
think
a
about
challenge,
that.
and, you
Mhm.
know, I mean, the other things we definitely would include, like the activities and include her in those things, but, you know, that kind of thing would be,
The materials piece, trying to figure out is really tough. It's
Well,
really
and the
hard.
amount of children too, you know.
Yeah.
When she's talking about 23-year-olds, that blows my mind.
Right?
Right, because I have 6 children in my care, that's it, no more.
Mhm.
Some days I only have 4.
Yeah.
So to meet everybody's needs and that little girl,
well, and it says she does need lots of one-on-one attention. So if she is in a full regular ratio classroom of 2 teachers, 20 kids, you know, there may need to be adaptations for extra support in that
Exactly.
classroom for more.
So the adaptation might be more.
But then where does that come from? Does that come from our business owner that meets those needs? You know,
Exactly.
who pays to have that third teacher in that classroom?
That's the
That's
hard
not
part,
a
yeah.
government thing, I don't think, I mean,
It
I
goes
don't
back
know.
to the laws and
right, where,
making
who
sure that
is
we include her.
required to pay for that, the needs of that child? And I'm just kind of in general, how that works.
Yeah.
So then.
What were you saying, Molly?
I mean, it depends
If you're
on-
getting government money, then it's your responsibility to provide that support.
To pay.
So in a center like Primrose, where
That's
it's a
not a-
private
that's not a
business, owner,
public,
we
yeah.
can say no, like we can't meet this child's
She would,
needs?
they would have.
I'm just
the family
kinda
would
curious.
I don't know
pay
that you
for
can
it.
say no, but you can provide options of what you
The
can
family
do.
would be expected to provide that one-on-one support.
Like sometimes
in
at
private.
House One, the family
Okay.
pays for a para to come.
Okay,
be
so
with
would
their
you
child.
say, this is what we have 2 teachers in this classroom with 20 kids, that's what we can offer you? then
And
the
some,
parents
like,
can
plans
decide.
will, the money will actually, like, be allotted for having a para, and then, like, with the little boy that, Vanessa and I had in our class, they had to tweak it, so, because they had a ton of money that was for respite, and so they had to tweak it so he didn't have a para, but they had someone that they were paying respite care for, and the respite care provider would come and stay with him at school. So there's ways, but, I mean, you have to play the game right.
And
It's
it's kind
tricky.
of through the parents too.
But if they're in a public school,
Right.
and that's when you're gonna go through, they need to get the plan, and then the plan would decide they're diagnosed with whatever learning challenges they have, and then they would decide, do they need a para, will they need the class, a special needs classroom?
Molly's definitely got a lot of knowledge in that area, so she's always my resource for that. Yeah, because the laws are tricky.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
helpful, actually.
Does anyone else have anything else before we wrap up this session? No, if you guys have something to share, you can share. If you guys want to move on, we can. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Any other anything else?
You had something interesting.
Yeah.
Sure.
Feel free to.
Well, we were talking about our kid was, the mom was just kind of dumping him off without interacting at all, and there was a lot of stuff going on, and she had some expectations that she was like kind of saying, but never really talking to the child care provider. So one of the things we did put into ours was the welcome transition area, and tried to be really intentional with kiddo, not only on a visual of what that transition looked like. He was running in and not hanging up his coat, mom was getting frustrated, and so then we wouldn't have a chance to connect with her. So making sure that he had something predictable to follow, and also, I never knew this is why you guys did this with the whole like obstacle course, but you're right, it gets the parents in the classroom so that you can have conversations. She's trying to potty train this kid, but she hadn't talked to us about it at all, and the kid was not ready or being set up for success. And that is obviously something that we really need to talk about, because that can, have some self-esteem implications. And we need to get mom on the same page. So that was what we talked about.
Nice work. Awesome. Okay, so major messages. Children need a supportive and nurturing environment, of course. Adult and adult behavior are part of the child's environment, as well as the physical display of furniture and materials. And an environment that promotes independence and social interactions should be designed. That's what we want to do. So you guys have your thought seeds. So I'll give you guys a minute to fill those out, and then we'll come back and we'll do quality improvement, and then we'll move on to session 8. What do we say, 9? 8. 8. Pass these out.
they get all the shelves? Do you know, where do we order all of our shelves from, the short ones?
The really nice ones are from Community Playthings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of expensive, but they're really well made. And all the things we bought, they just last and last and last, and they just don't get trashed by the kids. They're really nice quality stuff.
Yeah, and they're short and they're
Yeah.
wide, so that
They have a ton of
play
different
on top.
sizes. They actually have a computer program where you can do this exact thing of taking your measurements and take their furniture and like lay it out. It's really kind of cool.
But your husband was couch.
I wish there was something for home daycares where there was money available to buy furniture. Because you know, you just have a small home daycare and you provide a great environment for them. But you don't, I don't personally have $700 in my pocket to go buy some furniture.
I was into
Huh?
We go to Colorado Shy.
you know, a safe
I did, but-
environment and then
They give you
learning.
grades.
Yeah.
I know that, you know,
Learning, but then also.
I went through the first one, and then I was gonna go through the second one, and then my lady that was with me left. I got her job.
I will say that I mean, with our visual schedule, oftentimes we don't get to it until circle time. And we
Okay, so
merge
as we wrap this up, let's do quality engagement. So what did you guys like about this session?
I love the handbook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Well, like a first
I'm all about
Just visually seeing like what you guys do in your classrooms and how that works.
Routine is pretty smart, since the kids, you know, the kids are older.
And at one of the
Yeah, like
breaks, if
watching
you,
you-
maybe at lunchtime if you want, we can take a tour down.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
I kind of rated our room, but we could take a little field
Yeah,
trip down to our room.
Just get a feel
Yeah.
for their whole
You get to see all the different classrooms and how they, like, they
Yeah.
set it up.
For sure, because like as we said, I mean, the right way looks so many different ways, so. Anything else you guys liked?
Oh, I like the palm board. So, yeah, definitely do.
I like
Yeah, me
all
too.
of it. I learned a lot today.
I have a song that we just sing, but the visual and the Velcro and all that is,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I love that, I love that board. Mine needs to be quite a bit longer because my days, you know, are pretty long. But I think that would really help too with someone coming in new.
Yeah.
Because they are, you know, it's a new environment and they're fearful a lot of times. So to know what's gonna happen next and they can actually put that card in. And, I think that's absolutely,
Are those like available from the shops and supplies or the school makes these?
Your perfect segue from Martha. We'll get into that. So we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Schedules.
So hang on to that. We're gonna get to that. Anything else to improve? Anything for to improve? All right. So, so to go to the next session, this is great. This is Brooke and Molly do this, and so for the kids to kind of transition to the next activity because they all want to be taught. So if you have the matching head to this guy, you can get up and get your materials for the next session. So I'm going to put it right up here. You can come put your puzzle piece.
I don't know if they can see it though.
Oh,
You
sorry.
might have-
It looks like a rooster tail. Does anyone have? Oh, okay. So Pavarthi, you can go get your materials for the next session. What about a whale tail? I think it is. Oh, Dee Dee, look at that same table. You can put your puzzle pieces together and get your materials. Who has a turtle head?
That's me.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go, Miss Molly. And what about a pigtail? Right. I like the way you're paying attention, Jessica. Who has the raccoon tail? Oh, very good. What about the skunk tail? All right, Amy. I like the
Nothing
way you're sitting
personal.
so quietly. What about a fish tail? Right. You're being so patient, Miss Amy. What about a fox tail? There you go.